We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxing Ego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live.
And the bad news continues. Ryan Garcia says that he drank and he smoked, and he said he still beat the F out of Devin Haney despite the day of the fight. This is what he's claiming. Don't shoot the messenger. The day of the fight, he's saying that he drank and he smoked and then still, put pause on Devin Haney. In a brand new interview, these are the claims from Ryan Garcia, and it's shocking. Scandal. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe. It goes a long way when you guys do that. Something that takes a couple of seconds goes a long way. Keeps you informed with all your boxing needs. Now, a brand new interview, Say Cheese TV, Ryan Garcia, he spills the beans, and we're going to listen to it. First, we must listen, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts. Roll the clip.
They give you an L, or they just threw it. It was just no contest.
They said no contest, right? No contest.
So you still got the, that one.
I have a one loss,
okay,
but
yeah.
No contest is whack, bro. Who wants a no contest when you beat the fuck out of somebody for 12 rounds and outclassed them? And I was fucking drinking and smoking.
Crazy.
If anything, I smoked weed and I drank a whole beer the day of the fight.
Before the fight?
Yeah.
You crazy.
Yeah. Chugged the whole blue moon, and I was like, damn, I might be too high. I might have to take some shit, like some coffee or something to sober me up. But by the time the fight happened, though, I was sober. I was like, yes.
Wow. These are the words of Ryan Garcia. This new generation is washed. I'm just going to say the new generation Z washed. This is the generation of self-incrimination. That's a bar. I said Gen Z is the generation of self-incrimination. Back in my day, and not to date myself, but in my era, the dirt you did, you just did it, and you hope you didn't get caught, right? This new generation is they use social media, they use tech, they use their phones, the tablets, and devices, and they can be a little divisive. And they throw these things and nuggets and Easter eggs that nobody would have ever known had they not said anything. And they're doing it in this Ryan Garcia. Why are you telling people that you were drunk and high? I'm just asking, because I don't understand that. Now, I don't know if this is part of his rationale. If you say, hey, I drank and I smoked, and then I tested positive for Ostarine, so maybe it was laced with Ostarine, because I believe Sean O'Malley used marijuana when he popped for Ostarine in the UFC. So it could be something like that. I don't really know, but I let you guys listen to it. Now let's listen to it again where I can provide my commentary. Again, subscribe to the channel.
They give you an L, or they just threw it. It was just no contest.
They said no contest, right? There's no contest.
He don't even know what they gave him. They said no contest, right? He don't even know what his record shows. That's nuts.
So you still got the, that one.
I have a one loss,
okay.
One loss to Gervonta Davis.
No contest is whack, bro.
No contest is whack, bro. And then he goes on to say he beat the F out of Devin. Listen.
Who wants a no contest when you beat the fuck out of somebody for 12 rounds and outclassed them? And I was fucking drinking and smoking.
Crazy.
I was drinking and smoking. I've been drinking. Surfboard.
If anything, I smoked weed and I drank a whole beer the day of the fight.
There you have it. I smoked tree and I drank a whole beer the day of the fight.
Before the fight?
Yeah.
You crazy.
Listen.
Beer the day of weed and I drank a whole beer the day of. I smoked weed and I drank a whole beer the day of the fight.
Before the fight?
Yeah.
You crazy.
Yeah. Chugged the whole blue moon, and
So he even named the beer. He said he chugged the whole Blue Moon and he was smoking tree. Hey, you want some of this? I don't play that and I'm finna bust a cap on a ninja. Man, shut the I'm gonna get in that brick house. You see that brick house over there? Let me know what album that's from, what song that's from. So Ryan just
I was like, damn, I might
lawless, unruly, smoking and drinking.
be too high. I might have to like.
He said, I might be too high. I might have to drink some coffee. But he said by the time of the fight, he sobered up.
Take some shit, like some coffee or something to like sober me up. But by the time the fight happened, though, I was sober. I was like, yes.
Hey, yo.
Did they get?
I'm done, bro. Listen, best in the business, and it's not even close. Someday you guys will learn that I am truly the best in this space. Oh. Y'all made me drop something. Someday y'all gonna learn that I'm truly the best in this space, the best in the business, and it's not even close. If you listen to my pre-fight dialogue for Haney and Garcia, I warned you guys, I don't like this fight for Devin Haney. You guys said I was stupid. I didn't know what I was talking about. Devin was going to wash Ryan Garcia. It was going to be separation shown. Ryan was getting knocked out. Yada, yada, yada. I told you, the way Ryan promoted the fight, he was unselling the fight to me. The way Ryan was going about his business, it made the fight look like a cartoon or something. Like Devin is supposed to be Batman, and then you got Ryan, he running around like the Joker, just causing chaos and mayhem, and you didn't know if we didn't know if he was gonna make it to the fight night. It was just crazy. It's like it was a promotion we had never seen, and that doesn't strengthen the fight. You look at even the fight that a lot of people didn't want to see, but you got to give credit to it where credit's due. Canelo Berlanga, they're selling the fight. Berlanga, the stuff he's saying is he's on that New York-ish. He like, Canelo, I'm gonna punch you up, I'm gonna knock you out. I'm bigger than you, I'm younger, yeah. And then Canelo like, you gonna be in some pain on September 14th. That is promoting the fight. Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales, that's promoting. When they fighting and scrapping at the press conference, they saying trash talk, they battling for Mexico City versus Tijuana. That is boxing, because trash talk has always been something analogous in boxing. I have no beef with that. But what Ryan was doing was some other he was like saying he was drinking, getting married, said he impregnated some OnlyFans chick, running around saying he got, or portraying that he got kidnapped, feigning these weird like situational things, saying they locked him out of his accounts and took his cars, and they say he's crazy, saying he's getting psych evals and mental evaluations. That wasn't making me want to see the fight, and I told you guys that, and now you guys face the music. Now this looks so bad for Devin Haney, because Ryan, he ain't got no chill. At this point, the filter's gone. He's just saying whatever he wants. He's already facing his suspension, and he's, you know, sitting in the suspension, and now the burden, he's like liberated. He's suspended, but he's not backing down. He's still trolling Devin, still posting the pictures of Devin getting hurt, and he's doing these podcasts and these interviews, and he's making it worse, because he's like basically telling you what I told you, that he didn't even take the fight fully serious, and he was not fully committed to this fight. And then look at what happened in the fight. Think about what Boxing Ego is saying. The best in the business, and it's not even close. Listen to what I am telling you. Look how bad this looks now, that you have a disciplined, dedicated gym rat Devin Haney, you know, student of the game, came up in the Mayweather gym, been around the Mike Tysons and Gamboas on his way up when he was a little kid, been around Floyd, got trained by Floyd Sr., and for all intents and purposes, he took his camp seriously. He was a consummate professional. He made the weight. He took it serious. He focused. He did what he was supposed to do. So he looked the part. Ryan ran around like he Andrew Dice Clay or something. Listen, you fat tubber. Oh, you know. where Andrew Dice Clay, some of y'all are too young to remember Andrew Dice Clay, but he was a comedian and he had this shtick where he would smoke cigarettes. He was foul mouthed. He was crude. He would just say whatever, chauvinist, sexist, things like that. So you got Ryan, listen, you fat, whoa. So the doctor smacked me and I, like, he's acting, he's doing this whole, like, uncontrollable shtick, you know, like this Andrew Dice Clay stuff. And then now he's talking about he was high, he was smoking the day of the fight. And then you look at what happened in the fight. So that only makes it look crazier, because I told you in my prediction that I didn't like this fight. And I told you immediately after the fight or during the fight when I was doing my watch party that this loss, which was later overturned, is going to sit with Devin Haney, because you couldn't lose to this guy. He's running around like a madman, and now he's continuing to do such. He hasn't turned it off for real, despite being suspended. So now that he's saying that, remember when I was giving my analysis and I was like, I don't think Ryan was fully focused. I said when he fought Tank, that was a sharper one. Maybe him making all the money from the Tank fight, he lost his mind along the way, or things changed or whatever, but he looked sharper versus Tank. And now you look at it with the Devin Haney fight, that doesn't look far off. What fighter do you know that is candid and openly talking about smoking and drinking the day of the fight before a fight that they're trying to sell on pay-per-view? The operative word, I said openly and candidly saying these things. Not like you're doing this stuff on the low and you're alcoholic or whatever, and then people just don't know that you was drinking. But Ryan's bragging about it. Oh, you didn't know? Biggie's homeboy shot you, because they bragging. Like, he's on wax openly. This interview is getting traction, is gaining viewership, and he's telling you. So you can't tell me that he was fully locked in, he was fully serious. Now, I don't always agree with Oscar De La Hoya. I do believe, but De La Hoya said the same thing. He did an interview with Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp, and in this interview, he says Ryan was distracted. I was getting calls the week of the fight, and people were saying Ryan's at the club, and he's like, oh man, is this what fight week is gonna be like? And he literally said in that interview, I don't remember the percentage, but he basically said Ryan was not at 100%. He said Ryan was at, 30, 60% of his capability, and he did that to Devin Haney. So now, and here's the thing. Yes, people talk. Yes, people just, diarrhea of the mouth, and they just say things. But what Ryan is saying actually lines up with everything. He would throw some flurries, hurt Devin Haney, and it looked like he had to recharge his battery. It looked like no other fight that he had where he got a guy hurt and then he just let off the gas. Normally, Ryan Garcia in his past fight, if he got you hurt, he's on your ass, right? So it all lines up that you got this undisciplined version of Ryan Garcia. I don't think this is just talk. I think Ryan, for whatever reason, he's liberated. He says you can't cancel me and all this other stuff. So now he's just talking. He's just an open book, I guess. But based on what I've seen, it looks to be true. He didn't look like he was in the best shape. He was faking drinking a beer or whatever on the scale. He was acting weird the whole time. And I told you this would be a fight. It just wasn't a good look for Devin Haney to take this fight. But I truly I blame Devin Haney's team and Devin Haney for chasing Tank Davis. I think they were so hungry and so thirsty to try to bridge this gap, which when it comes to Tank, keep in mind that Tank Davis, it took years. It took years to brand and build Gervonta Davis. This wasn't like some overnight success and he just, boom, he's a star. We went from pandemic fights with Leo Santa Cruz to, Barrios fights in Atlanta. They're taking them different cities. They're taking them different regions. They're upping his price. like knockout after knockout. Tank, that's how you grow as a star. Just like Floyd, just like Canelo. It's a gradual process. Over time, you keep winning, keep doing your thing, keep getting new people on the bandwagon. But I think Devin Haney and Bill Haney, they tried to rush it. They try to rush the sauce. It's like a cake in the oven. You have this cake and you keep opening the oven door. The cake doesn't rise and do its thing and, you know, bake like it should because you keep bothering it. And I think the Haneys were so desperate to try to catch up with Tank that they made some egregious mistakes on the business side. That's why I always tell you, you need a smart and clever team in boxing. That's how you get ahead, right? It's not about gaming the system or doing anything foul. You just need a team to look after your best interest. And Devin Haney's team, one, they had opportunities to cancel the fight. They didn't. For me, if it was my fighter and I, you know, Boy Scouts honor, and I was in the Boy Scouts. If Ryan missed weight by almost 4 pounds, the fight's over, for real, for real. There's no fight. I don't care. You can call me whatever, but the onus and the burden would have been on Ryan Garcia at that point. It would have been totally Ryan's fault, and the fans would have pointed the finger and blamed Ryan. Because if you have a contract and you sign on the dotted line, I can meet these terms, and then you default on that, that's your fault. It's no different than a credit card. If you sign up for a credit card and say, I'll pay my bill on the 21st of the month, I'll pay at least the minimum, and you default and you don't pay your bill for 3-4 months, then you're not in compliance. It's not the credit card's fault because you charged up a bunch of stuff and maxed out your card and then lost your job or can't pay it back. That's not the credit lender. It's not their problem. It's your problem. And that's what it could have been. But the Haneys bit off more than they could chew. They thought Ryan was going to be some easy work. They thought they can duplicate or exceed what Tank had done to Ryan because he looked like a quitter from the Tank fight. And then they got more than they bargained for. No more, no less. That's what happened. And now you got Ryan Garcia, who is unruly, uncensored, unfiltered, and unapologetic for real. And he's making it worse because he's like, man, I beat the out of Devin Haney. And no matter what Devin Haney does, it's going to be hard to bounce back from this because people are just going to keep referencing this fight. Don't take my word for it. Watch this space. People are going to continue to reference this fight. So if Devin starts talking gangster, they're going to start posting gifs and memes and pictures of Devin on the ground and getting knocked down and things like that. That's why you don't play somebody else's game. And this is what I try to tell y'all. People say, "Oh, Ego, you suck. you just a YouTuber, man." Hey, but this YouTuber know his thing. He know the business of boxing. You don't play in the weight game when you don't have to. You don't give up leverage when you don't have to. Devin let Ryan get the lion's share of money. Devin and his team let Ryan get away lightly with missing weight. It's not their fault that he missed weight, but after he missed weight, it's what you did. There was no rehydration clause. He said he would pay you $500K per pound. And then come to find out he didn't honor that bet and paid you $650K. You were supposed to get that per pound and he missed it by almost 4 pounds. So you were supposed to get over $1 million if he honored the bet. But then you went back to once he missed weight, you went to the negotiating table and then they negotiated in his best interest, which was less than the $500K per pound. And you took that penalty money. You had no rematch clause, no rehydration clause. You brought Eddie Hearn and had to pay him. What did he do? He couldn't stop the inevitable. All his advice from like, hey, you should do a rehydration clause or this and that, you didn't listen to. So you just have an additional hand in the cookie jar. For what reason? And then, like I said, fast forward to the future. Now you got Ryan Garcia and he like, F all y'all. I beat Devin and I beat him drunk and high. There's no way this looks good for Devon Haney. And that's why I keep saying the road to recovery is going to be hard for Devon Haney, because people saw what they saw. It doesn't matter that the O's mysteriously back because of the Ostarine and stuff. We've already internalized what we've seen, and it wasn't good on your behalf. Let me know what you guys think. Ryan said he was not only drinking, but smoking the day of the fight, which to me makes it look worse, because it's like he beat the brakes off of you and he was intoxicated, inebriated, not taking it serious. This is not the behavior of a professional fighter, people. To not, like, I can't question if somebody wants to drink in general, but people who are openly talking about like poisoning their body and drinking the day of the fight, you can't tell me that's like somebody who's taking it serious. That's like somebody who's taking the SAT and they tell you they were smoking and drinking right before they took the SATs. You're unserious then, bro. Like, oh, I need to smoke and drink in order to, I mean, that's garbage, bro. If you can't navigate through life without a vice, that's kind of weak. You know what I mean? You don't have to drink or smoke. You didn't come out the womb drinking and smoking. You don't really need anything but sleep, water, food, you know, and basic human necessities that we all need. You don't have to drink. So I think it looks bad. We unpack.